What are 3 things you've done to start healing?
Well, one of the things that I said in my book is that this is not a book about how to get over a narcissist or how to fix yourself after getting over a narcissist, because I don't have those answers. I honestly have no idea where to even begin with that. I think with the stages of grief and the stages of loss that we go through, and it's a legitimate loss and it's a legitimate grieving process. Everybody goes through that differently. Um, some people progress more quickly. I think for a long time I tried to stay no contact, and that was one thing that was helping me. But at the same time, I always felt the need to write those long paragraphs of how you made me feel and send them, which
Yep.
ended up being a mistake, because for me, that was the only thing, that was important, is recognizing how it made me feel.
Yep.
And somebody needs to hear this. You need to realize that you hurt me.
Yep.
And at some point I realized that nothing that I say is going to matter, and I had to realize that I have to let it go and realize that he has to be accountable for his actions in this life. You know, um, when we leave this earth and we face the next life, we have to be accountable for everything that we've done here, and that gives me a little bit of peace. Knowing that um, maybe he's not being held accountable now. Maybe I'm not getting my vindication, I'm not getting my feelings validated, but at some point he's going to have to face it.
Yeah.
um, so trying to say no contact has helped me. Definitely being in a peaceful situation where there's no arguing has been very beneficial to me. Learning how to walk away from toxic people faster has helped me.
Yeah.
I tried to work retail for a while, and it's doesn't work very well with my PTSD, but uh, toxic coworkers, no, I can remove myself from those situations much more quickly now, which is, I guess, a positive step towards healing. Um, and I guess just realizing that things are not always as they seem. That's something that has helped me tremendously too. Is kind of keeping that as a mantra. Things are not always as they seem.
Yeah. Definitely. 100%. Well, listen, I so appreciate you coming on. Your book is brilliant, so
Thank you.
well written. I'm so proud of you. There are so many women that I've talked to who have endured narcissistic abuse, of some sort, and so many of them want to write a book. Um, and I so appreciate speaking to you, who has actually, taken the steps to do that. I think that it's absolutely brilliant. I think that more women need to know about this, read about this, see the signs that are in your relationship that can be related to their relationship. And it gives hope to people who are in those relationships, and it gives hope to people who are out of those relationships,
Yeah.
to give us a like viewpoint of, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Like, this woman went through so many things, like so many things that you wrote about
Hmm.
were like direct. I was like, wow, so similar. And it made me feel good. Like, it made me realize, like, and granted, I'm out also years, but still there's a part of us, like you were saying, of like, am I the crazy one? Like, you're told we're crazy for so many years.
Right.
There's still a part of us sometimes it's like, maybe I'm nuts. But then reading your story, comparing it to my story, brings me the realization that, like, we're not nuts. There's just these
Right.
people that are on the earth that just are different,
Hmm.
and that bring out that side of us, and make us act a little irrational, so the book is I Will Ruin Your Life.
Yes, I will ruin your life. The invisible scars of narcissistic abuse.
And where can people find it?
on Amazon. It's exclusively on Amazon. It's available on Kindle Unlimited also.
Awesome. So if they just Google on Amazon, I Will Ruin Your Life under the
Hmm.
book section,
Yes,
it'll
under the
pop
books.
up
Yes, I Will Ruin Your Life.
The Invisible Scars of Narcissistic Abuse. I
Yes.
absolutely love it. Thank you so
Thank
much for coming on. I do want to ask you one question as
you.
we close up. Last question. What advice would you give to a woman that knows she's living with a narcissist but can't seem to climb her way out of the grip of her abuser?
Hmm. I think what she's going to have to realize if she wants to try and remain in the relationship is that she has to sacrifice a lot of herself in order to keep the peace. I saw a really good video on YouTube by Dr. Romani, who's a really good speaker on narcissistic abuse and narcissism.
Yeah.
And she made a really good point that when you have a relationship with a narcissist, you don't have to leave, but you have to change yourself in order to remain in the relationship. And one of the examples was that she gave was you can't have a real conversation with a narcissist. You can talk about, oh, how do you like the salad? How's the weather today? You can talk about casual things. So if she wants to stay and she's committed to her relationship, maybe for religious reasons or, um,
Yeah.
you know, maybe they have children together, and she's got to stop fighting back. My biggest advice would be stop trying to fight back because you're wasting your time. Stop trying to convince this person to see the logic, which everyone else can see, because they're not going to see it. Stop trying to um, convince this person that they're hurting you because they're not going to see it. So you've almost got to develop a thicker skin and just kind of take that deep breath and walk away and let things roll off your back and realize that he probably really doesn't even realize what he's doing, or she if it's a female, because this does happen to men also. Men are victims also. Um,
Absolutely. Thank you.
if it has gotten when it gets to the point where it's bad enough, she'll know when it's time to go.
Yeah.
Either there's only two ways to leave a narcissist: either you get sick of it and you leave, or you're discarded. And probably more often than not, we end up being discarded because we love so deeply and we love so strongly as empaths that we want to hang on to that.
Yeah.
um, and it's I would tell her, my advice would be it's really painful and you're going to feel like you're dying, for a really long time. You're going to start having all these PTSD and nightmares and all these horrible things, all these horrible feelings going through you. You will feel like you're dying, but you will be much more at peace.
Yeah. Absolutely. In time, in time. I remember when with mine, I mean, I felt a sense of relief within days, just lighter, of no yelling, just calm.
Right, right. Not having to walk on eggshells that any little thing you say is going to set off that argument. So it's unfortunate you can't have a deep, because narcissists only exist in the moment. When they say they love you, they're not lying, but they love you right now.
Yeah.
But that can change tomorrow. Like most people, who, especially those who have children, if we discarded our children every time we got mad at them, nobody would have any family in,
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
We realize that even though when we love someone, even though we get angry at them, we still love them. But the narcissist can't work through that. It's like black or white. It's that black or white split thinking. If I'm angry at you, you're all bad and everything about you is bad. But when I'm happy, then you will be happy too. So you learn how to walk on those eggshells and stay in the white area and try to avoid those black areas because you know that they can change on a dime. The mood can change on a dime.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, this has been absolutely fantastic. Do you have any closing thoughts before I close up?
No, it's been a really great talk, and I hope that some someone got something useful out of this.
100%. 100%. We have people listening live right now, still all the way past hour.
Oh,
It's
very
been
good.
past an hour and they're still on here listening live. So
Wow.
I appreciate the audience that's still hanging out with us right now.
Yes.
And anyone who's watching on the replay, hashtag replay, so that we know that you're watching. Ask questions and look up the book. I Will Ruin Your Life on Amazon Books. Incredibly written. She's got reviews. If you don't want to take my word for it, but it's fantastic read, and she really breaks down her life story, her journey, and how it relates to, narcissistic abuse. So thank you so much for taking the time. For those of you watching, if you have an amazing story to share of struggle to triumph, be sure to reach out to me here or at herversion.life. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria, and I'm so grateful to be here sharing a platform that allows people to share their truth and inspire others. Do something awesome today. Much love.